John Stewart failed his first flying lesson. That should have been embarrassing, not terrifying. He created a green bird, Hal took back the ring, and the bird kept flying. Hours later, after John crossed the country and lost consciousness, it was still there. Hal saw an ability that should not exist but never told the Guardians. Then Episode 3 added a darker possibility. They may have known John was different before he could speak. If so, Sinestro's warning was never about the Manhunter. To understand why this bird changes everything, begin with one detail most explanations get wrong. Before we move ahead, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to like the video, subscribe to channel, and share it with a friend who enjoys this kind of content. Also, comment below and tell me your favorite part of the video so far. John does not create it with his bare hands. During the 2016 storyline, Hal lends him a nearly depleted power ring for his first flying lesson. John focuses on flight, but his body never leaves the ground. His thought becomes something else, a small bird made from green energy. That part is unusual, but possible. Green Lantern rings turn will and imagination into hard light constructs. John is an artist and architect who builds creations from the inside out. Showrunner Chris Mundy also says, constructs come from the mind and something closer to the soul. John creating a bird therefore makes sense. What happens next does not. John returns the ring, yet the bird follows him to retrieve Hal's power battery and stays through his abduction. John loses consciousness, but wakes to find it chirping and reacting as though it can make choices. John no longer has the ring supplying energy, and unconsciousness should break the concentration maintaining a construct. If neither the ring nor his conscious mind is powering it, what is keeping it alive? His captors question him, but John gives no answer. When he reunites with Hal, he reveals the Manhunter threat and deliberately ends the construct. Hal witnessed it survive without the ring, yet chose not to tell the Guardians. The strongest explanation is that Hal's ring created the bird, but John's extraordinary will continued sustaining it after physical contact ended. The ring may have acted as the ignition while John supplied the continuing power. Except that answer still fails one test. John was unconscious. The Episode 3 preview makes the mystery larger. It shows a Guardian meeting John, an infant illuminated by green light, John's father reacting angrily to Hal Jordan footage, and a conversation about why John was selected. Stills also appear to show the Guardian giving John's mother an object. These clues suggest the Guardians had an interest in John before Hal trained him. They may have identified his potential early, his father may have had his own failed core connection, or the Guardians may have created a direct bond between John and green energy. That final possibility has a comic precedent. Recent stories make John the Emerald Knight and give him the Godstorm, extending his power beyond a ring. But Lanterns is not adapting one specific storyline. The preview does not confirm the Godstorm Ion a secret ring or that John was altered as a baby. Those remain theories. Now the deeper meaning begins. The most revealing question is not how the bird survived. It is why John created a bird when Hal asked him to fly. John's father taught him to survive fear by containing every visible emotion. John therefore does not imagine surrendering his own body to the sky. Instead of becoming the thing that flies, he creates something else to carry that freedom for him. The bird represents the part of John his discipline forced him to suppress, creative, vulnerable, and free. He protects it when his captors threaten it, but destroys it before Hal can study it. John handles emotion the same way: create it privately, control it completely, then erase the evidence. Sinestro understands what Hal cannot admit. The Manhunter threatens lives, but John threatens Hal's identity. Hal is aging, reluctant to surrender the ring and training a successor who has already achieved something he cannot explain. Sinestro does not need John to be evil. He only needs Hal to believe that being replaced means becoming irrelevant. So how did the bird survive? The best current explanation is that Hal's ring started the construct, but John's will and possibly a deeper guardian-made connection allowed it to continue without the ring. Episode 3 may reveal whether John was simply recognized early or deliberately prepared for this power. But the larger reveal has already happened. Hal recognized John's potential before John did, and his first response was not pride, it was silence. John did not merely create something that could live without a ring, he revealed a future that could continue without Hal Jordan. And that is the unseen pattern.